Hey guys, this is Joey Dill and welcome to Project Insights, a deep dive video into one of my big room tracks called Phoenix Rising.
Turn up the volume.
It's a track I'm still going to release. It's a full, complete, festival-ready, big room EDM track, and I'm going to show you exactly how I did it, the plugins I used, the VSTs I used, the samples I used. You get all the stamps, the complete project in FL Studio, so you can open it if you have Nexus, Spire, Serum, and some other plugins like a Kickstart. Yeah, I hope you learn a lot from this, and let's dive straight into it. As you heard the track, I'm gonna dive straight into the drop part. I will show you the drop, the build-up and the break, and maybe the overall track and how I did it. So let's first start with the drop. Well, let's first start with the kick. This is the kick I used, and that's also in the pack. So you also have the kick if you watch this video probably. It's called Kick Jungle. It's from Splice. In terms of EQing, I dipped a bit around the 3000 Hertz because I think that part was too prominent in the track. And I lifted up a little bit around 1300 Hertz. And that's basically it. The kick solo is like this. Then we go to the bass. It's also a loop bass. And I will say it again, if you listen to this video, you will have probably all the samples because they are in the pack. In terms of EQing, I did nothing because the sample already sounded good. The bass is in G, by the way, and the whole track is in G. So together they sound like this. Already nice rolling. Then we go to this part, as I use in a lot of my tracks. I think this one adds a lot to the background. It's like a raw synth loop. It fills in some of the frequencies. Let's see where. Yeah, in the mid and higher range. Yeah, I think it's a nice addition in your track. Together it sounds like this. The original sample was in A sharp, but if you want to pitch it, you go to the pitch wheel, and because my track is in G, it has to pitch down 3 semitones. One semitone is 100 cents, as you can see in the top here. So pitch it down minus 300, and then it goes from A sharp to G. If you want to know how many semitones you have to pitch, just open the piano roll over here. And yeah, you can see one semitone, and that's including the black ones, is minus 100 or plus 100. So that's really easy. And one full octave is 1200 cents, because one full octave has 12 semitones. So yeah, let's go to the part of the lead. I used a different kind of lead in this one. As you can see, it's a 3-layer for this part. It's a synth in Spire. This is the one. I wanted to try something different, so I made extremely short notes because otherwise it would only be like this. And I thought it would lessen the energy in the drop. So I made it really short notes, but also on the same kick. So it goes like that. Also this one, this is also a synth in Spire. And if you also have Spire and both Serum, if you open this project, if you bought it, I think you can open the leads as they are right here. So you will have the same leads. This one is called Shapers, I use it a lot, and this one is called Technicolor. It's more like the higher pitched lead sound. So that goes for this part. I will play it solo. Then we go to the next layers. As you know, I like to layer a lot because it makes the sound more rich sounding if you do it properly. These are more like the, as you can hear, this is a really nice one, especially for big room. It's also the same Technicolor but 1 octave lower. So the other was in G6. It's a higher pitch, and this one is 1 octave lower in G5. Then we go to this one. It's called 7 o'clock. Also, I will not show you all the layers because you will have it in the project if you open it and if you have Aspire. But this one sounds like this. So this is more like the lower tones. Together, they all sound together like this. Oh, I will also show you this one. This one is called Hard NL. It's more like an open saw. I think this is a really big one for big room and EDM tracks. Yeah, together with the other layer, it sounds like this. So I'm only gonna play this layer and this one. And together they sound like this. So it's already big sounding. Together with the kick and the bass, by the way, it sounds like this. Then I'll show you some other samples I did. This one. This is also like a synth shot. I think it's done a lot in techno and big room tracks the last years. It has more like a vocal tone to it, but I used it as a bit of an extra part in the drop, because otherwise it would only sound the same with the same synths. But I also wanted to do this sound. Together it sounds like this if I play it. Yeah, I added it in the same rhythm, in the quarter beat rhythm. Yeah, it sounds like this. In terms of EQing, I added a reverb on it. Reverbs are just easy to use. If you use a preset, you can do the default or the large hall or small studio or the venue, and it will make your sound more sounding bigger and wider in the background, especially because that's what a reverb is. In terms of EQing, I didn't do anything, I see. And in terms of stereo shaper, because the leads are sounding more in the monotone range, I wanted to have this synth more in the stereo range. So you can use a preset. I use this one, the A-side splitter a lot, or the mid splitter, or just this one, the stereoize. It will bring the synth more to the stereo side, so more to the wider side. Then we go to the other synth. As you can hear, I layered it a lot. This is actually the main sample I found. I will show it to you how it sounds exactly like how I found it on Splice. It was like this. It sounded nice, but I only wanted to use one sound and add it on top of the kick. So I cut it. Oh, and of course, as you can see, this sample is in A minor, and my track is in G. So that means 2 semitones down. So go to the pitch, minus 100, and minus 200. And then it's also in G. In terms of mixing, I added a kickstart too for the sidechain to give it more energy on the drop, especially because it is on the drop. You want to add a sidechain to it because otherwise it would filter away the kick a lot. So I added this one and then on around 35%. In terms of EQing, just some lower frequencies dip around 100 Hertz. And of course a reverb, with a wet around 53%. And a delay, I didn't use a a preset. I set the delay, the time on 2, as you can see, and then on this one, the ping pong, so you hear it like this in the track. So it's because it's a ping pong sound. It goes like this, and then the volume is on 36%, and the panning, also this one, is around the minus 38%. If I play it without it, it will sound like this, as you can hear, and then the delay makes it more spacious. And it fills up the mix in a nice way. Together with the synths, it sounds like this. So it's a lot of energy. I think if you put your synth and your drop lead on the kick in this rhythm, as I did here, it will bring it will give your drop a lot of energy. Together with the bass also, and the raw synth sound, it sounds like this. So yeah, that's already like a really big part of the track. Then we go to the B part. As a variation, I wanted to add something different to the drop, and I came up with this. It sounds like this. So it's the same synths, it's the same layers, but the rhythm sounds different. I will play it for you. It goes like this. And it also, as you can see, it also goes up 2 semitones or 3 semitones at the end. To bring it, to give it more variation, as I said, and to bring in a little different tones in it also. Otherwise, it would be too monotone in G. And I changed the rhythm a little bit, as you can see. I don't think there are necessarily like rules for this one. Just try out what you like and what the rhythm you like. Yeah, I think if you have the project, you can look for yourself how I did this one, but it's just for a variation part. Otherwise, the drop would be too monotone. I also bring in some hi-hats. You know, just some basic hi-hats that are also in this pack, so you can use it for yourself. I think a good way, if you want to add hi-hats, it should come after the first 4 bars or the first 8 bars. So it goes like this. Hear the variation? Okay, then we go to the part that adds a lot. It's this sample. It's like a real raw sounding sample I found on Splice. I removed some lower frequencies, added some reverb, the same. And of course a kickstart for the sidechain, as you can see on full 100%. And again it adds some variation, but also brings in a lot of energy. Let's play it and you can hear when it comes in. Here. Okay, and then I will show you some extras I did. This one. It's like an alarm sound. It's from the Cashmere pack. It's on Splice. And this one also, more in the background. Yeah, when the drop comes in, it gives a lot of energy. So yeah, that's basically the first part. Afterwards, I go towards the break. I will show you in a minute. But I wanted to do something different, more like a build down towards the build up. So I downloaded this acid loop, also from Splice. It's a really recognizable, I think, acid sound that's used a lot already, of course. Yeah, but it sounds great, and it brings in like a nice variation in the drop also. So the last 16 bars it plays like this towards the break. yeah, it's the same kick, etc., and the same hi-hats. Yeah, I also added this hi-hat loop in it. It brings a lot of energy in it, and of course this percussion loop. Yeah, just to bring in some rhythm in the drop, and especially going towards the break. Yeah, so basically it's the same, yeah, the same drums and the same kicks and bass, etc. But I incorporated the acid sound also in it. So now we go towards the break part. So going towards the break part, I like to build it up towards the break. Just use some sweep ups, some vocals also. So basically, basically the same vocals I used in the build-up. I will show you up after the break. You know, some effects with claps, etc. Yeah, they are also available. Some sweep ups, like I told you, and some snare rolls. And then boom, it goes into the break. The break part starts with this. So in terms of effects, I like to use like a down sweep and also this one when the break comes in. This is like a sub effects. It really closes down the first part and it goes into the next part. It gives like an epic feel. This one also. You know, just some standard effects. This one also. This is like an ambient effects I also found on Splice. Yeah, then we go towards the break. So first show you the chords. These are the chords. Just some really nice simple chords in G. It's like an electronic plug synth from Spire. I use this one a lot. It's called Blue Sign. In terms of EQing, only just some lower frequencies removal and then a filter, but that one comes later. Yeah, then the Sol synth. If you have FL Studio, you probably have this too. This is called the Flex VST from FL Studio. I use this one a lot, especially for like bass sounds and Sols sounds. This one is called from the Black Octopus Pandora pack, the big Sols, and it plays for me the lower ends, and it also has like a nice raw sound to it. It plays like this. So this is like the bass line. In terms of EQing, yeah, just some extremely low frequencies around the 50 Hertz dip, and some higher frequencies removal. Yeah, it makes the chords sound really raw. Then some strings, of course, because you know I like to use strings in my tracks. It makes it sound epic. These are from Nexus. These are called the London strings. So it's the same chords, but they just play a different sound. And here comes the plug part. So this is like a trick I do. It sounds like this. As you can hear, it's like a rounding plug sound. This one is called Tocosinus from Spire. This one is called Screen Set, also from Spire. And this also Spire. So I highly recommend to download Spire. They have like really great sounding synths also. This is called Black Sun. What I like to do, as you can hear in the drop, I will play this for you. I mean the break. I think you can clearly hear the plugs. And as you can see, yeah, these are the chords. And the plug make this arpeggio kind of sound. But if I lay the chords on top of it, so yeah, it's basically the same as the chords, but I change the rhythm. So it's a really easy trick to make the track more dynamic and to bring in some variation in the sounds. Then of course some pads. So same chords. Then we go towards the hands in the air moment, I call this. So of course a clap on top of it, because yeah, I like to visualize it that if you play this live, you clap with your hands like this. In terms of other sounds I used, I will show you this one. This is playing exactly the same chords. And this is like the real saw, yeah, the open saw sound. It's from Nexus, Hit This Man 1. I think if you have Nexus, you also have this one because it's from a stock plugin, or I mean from a stock pack. And this one, it's called the Magnetron. In terms of EQing, I will show you, yeah, just some lower frequency dips. Yeah, that's it, basically. And a lot of reverb, but the reverb was already from Nexus itself. And then another layer for this moment. This is like a really big one. It's from a Serum. It's called Monotone, and this one is called Hyper Saw Basic. And I will play it for you. So as you can see, it's the same chords, but they play the notes in the same way I played the plugs. And then this one. Yeah, they sound really electronic and raw, and I think it's really nice for like a big room track. In terms of EQing, yeah, just some lower frequency cuts, reverb. Yeah, and basically that's it. So that's part for the break. Now we go towards the build-up. As you can hear in the build-up, yeah, I like to bring in some elements from the drop already. Here come in the acid sounds and of course the alarm to give like that epic feel. Also, of course, this sub effects. So let's go to the part where the snares come in. Oh yeah, also in this build-up part, I like to keep the bass line also, but only the first note, so that's G. I think it gives that real dark vibe, and it gives the vibe that you know something is coming. Go to the snare part. So yeah, just some effects, some sweep effects I found on Splice and from other projects, and they are also available if you buy this one. Some snare rolls that are also available and they are all in 145 BPM. And here's a trick I do with the saw. So I will play the saw solo. Wait, let me see. The saw solo. So the saw sound was like the bass line sound. But here's a trick to make it also like a sweep up. Let me show you. Here, I will play it solo for you. So as you can hear, it's really building up like a sweep up. And it's really a simple trick. And of course you have to use the pitch bend. As you can see, so if you open the synth, so this one is flex. If you open it, and then the pitch is this one. And as you can see, it goes up. As you can see, the automation clip is over here. So you have to make an automation clip from the pitch bend. Because an automation clip controls the knob in an automated way. And that's why it's called an automation clip. So how you do that, it's like this. You go to the pitch bend and you right mouse click and then this option, create automation clip. And then it goes towards here, in this one, and then you make this one go from 50% all the way to 100%. Why? Because 100% is like one full octave. So yeah, that's the trick to make the build-up really build up. Then we go to this. Oh, this is like the same synth I used in the drop. Here is like a vocal part I also found on Splice. I think it has a lot of energy, and of course some snares in it to build it up. So yeah, that's basically the whole track. So I showed you the drop, I showed you the break and the build up. And then in terms of finishing the whole track, yeah, this is what I do. I take the complete drop and I just copy and paste it. So I take it like this, you select this one, and then you press Command C or whatever laptop you use, and then just paste it again. And then I cut out basically all the synths. So you only have like the drums left for the intro and the outro. And yeah, just fill it up with some nice effects. I download all my effects mostly from Splice. So yeah, basically this was the complete track. I hope you learned a lot from it. Just have a look for yourself inside the project. Make sure to have Nexus, Spire and Serum, and of course Kickstart also, so you can have a look for yourself. Let me know if you have any questions. Make sure to check out all my other stems and project files on my website, joeydalemusic.store, and hopefully see you in the next one, because there is a lot more coming. See you soon, and if you have any questions, let me know.